How's it going, guys? White Rabbit here. Today I'd like to talk to you about the Katy Perry halftime show that just took place during Super Bowl 49. Now, as to be expected, many of us in the truther community and tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorists were certain that there would be some kind of satanic and Illuminati symbolism present in this halftime show, because there always is. It's a surefire bet. And folks, I gotta tell you, they did not let us down. But before I get into the actual halftime show, I want to first mention a few commercials that appeared just minutes prior to it.
911, where's the emergency?
I'm looking at pizza for delivery.
The first commercial that caught my eye just moments after the first half concluded isn't that big of a deal, but I wanted to go ahead and point this out because it's a commercial about domestic abuse and about dialing 911. And I just figured I'd throw that in there because if you guys go back and watch the video I did called Saturn Symbolism 101, you will see and understand the relationship between 9 and 11 to the occult. But anyway, like I said, I figured I'd just throw that one in there. Let's move on to the next one.
We live in an age of searching to find solutions.
Alright, now the next one that caught my attention was this commercial for Scientology. Now pay close attention to what they're saying.
We live in an age of searching to find solutions.
The commercial just said they're searching for solutions, and you will soon see how apparent it is that what they are talking about is immortality. It's this thing that I've talked about in many of my other videos. What the Illuminati is pushing, what this one world government, one world religion is pushing, with this whole idea of evolution and transcending to the next level. It is omitting God, omitting the afterlife, and creating an afterlife of our own here on Earth. And they are going to be doing that by manipulating our genetics, or trying to at least. They are trying to insert the serpent seed into our genome, into our DNA. The Bible says iron and clay cannot mix. But folks, this Scientology religion, that's all it is. It's extremely satanic. And just for good measure, they have the all-seeing eye in the middle of the commercial. But I'll go ahead and let you listen to the rest of it.
To find ourselves, to find the truth. Now imagine an age in which the predictability of science and the wisdom of religion combine. Welcome to the age of answers.
Alright, that's enough of that. Let's move on to the next one.
Quick science lesson. You know what electricity actually is?
So this commercial caught my attention as well. It appeared right after the Scientology commercial. And again, we have talking about electricity, technology, and showing a depiction of the all-seeing eye. Just one more thing to add to this propaganda. Now the last one I want to show you is a commercial that came up right before the halftime show. It is a commercial for a new TV show or movie or something that has to do with the Bible. But folks, what this is a mocking, okay? You can rest assured that this TV series or movie or whatever it is not going to be biblically accurate. They never are. This is a mocking directly before their Luciferian, satanic, Illuminati halftime show, okay? You should be disgusted by this. Alright, so this halftime show starts off, obviously, with this Pepsi commercial. And folks, just on a side note, please don't be drinking Pepsi, okay? You can go look up some horrible things about that company, including but not limited to using aborted fetuses in their recipe. It's true. They got sued for it. Look it up. Anyway, it starts off with this Pepsi commercial where it is depicting this alien spacecraft abducting Pepsi products and apparently Katy Perry's wig, turning the mannequin, of course, into what appears to be an alien gray. Now, folks, let me just say that this alien theme that we see being pushed on our society is propaganda. It's subliminal messaging with the sole goal of getting us ready for the alien deception, okay? If you've never heard of that term before, you need to do a little research on it, because this is a big game that they're going to be playing with us in an attempt to usher in the New World Order.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
The alien deception. Look it up. Aliens aren't real, people. They are fallen angels and demonic spirits, along with a few other things. But they are not extraterrestrials from another world, okay? Look it up. Alright, now let's get into the actual halftime show, shall we? This year's main star for the halftime show was Katy Perry. Now, if you haven't already seen the video that I did talking about Katy Perry and showing just how obvious it is that she is an Illuminati puppet, please check that video out. I'll leave a link in the description. But I want you guys to realize that the Super Bowl is one of the most televised events in America. Seems like everybody watches it. So it is an absolute perfect time for the Illuminati and the occult and these Luciferians who are running everything to showcase their subliminal messaging and their plan. Because remember, they have to reveal these things to us before they carry them out. And I did a recent video as well explaining why they have to do that. But let's look at Katy Perry and this performance, and let's realize first why she would want to partake in something like this.
That's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
You see, folks, in order to become one of these major stars and to gain all of this fame and fortune, these higher level celebrities all have to sell their souls. They have to submit to this Luciferian establishment that operates much like a mafia gang. You don't get anywhere in Hollywood without obeying what they tell you to do. All these celebrities that we see running around, they're all just puppets. They're being used. And they get to a point where they are so deep into this stuff that they can't get out. But when it comes to something like the halftime show, that is something that is usually rewarded to individuals who are loyalists to the Illuminati, the ones who follow orders. That's the only way that you get a gig like performing at the halftime show. So I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the things that I observed while watching this halftime show. Some of the things that just popped out at me. I'm sure there's a lot more symbolism hidden throughout this, but this is just what I got from a first glance. Right off the bat, the halftime show starts with Katy Perry on the back of this giant lion. Now, of course, if you know anything about sex kitten programming, which is correlated to MK Ultra and is one of the tactics that the Illuminati uses in order to get these celebrities to submit to their authority, we can see this represented symbolically by this giant lion that she rides onto the stage with. Now, alongside that, of course, this has dual meaning, as is common with a lot of this Luciferian symbolism. This also obviously represents the Whore of Babylon. This is a subliminal depiction of the book of Revelation. It is showing the New World Order, the emerging of the end of the world. The next thing that comes up on the screen is an obvious symbol, most commonly associated with Masonry. It is the checkerboard floor. Not only that, but on this checkerboard floor are chess pieces. Folks, you have to understand that the Masons, the Luciferians, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the ones running the show here, they view us as pawns in their game. And that's what this represents, this checkered board floor. There's also duality associations with it. I'll let you guys look that up on your own. But just know that this is a major Luciferian symbol. Now, when Katy Perry walks onto this checkerboard stage, you can see as her dress has flames on it and is yellow and orange, depicts her as the sun or the light, and she is coming forth between these two chess pieces, which symbolize pillars. Now, in Masonry, what this means is the light of Lucifer standing between the two pillars. It's a gateway symbolism. It's how they symbolically represent the pursuit of becoming their own gods. Kind of goes back to that Scientology commercial that I was talking about earlier, where they're talking about manipulating DNA. Well, another one of the goals is to find a way to move from this dimension to the next dimension, from the earthly dimension to the heavenly dimension. Their whole goal is to become their own gods. Now, one of the ways that they depict this on the stage throughout this performance is first by turning the checkerboard floor into a type of fractal matrix. It then proceeds to turn into, visually, a type of wormhole. Again, this is depicting their goal of creating a bridge between this earthly realm and the heavenly realm. Now, when Lenny Kravitz comes onto the stage and begins his performance, it's clear that he is representing Lucifer or Satan, or possibly even the Antichrist, or who knows, maybe all three. And you can see Katy Perry submitting to his authority and dropping to her knees. In addition to that, count the number of flames behind him. Yep, there's 6 of them. And as I'm sure many of you know, 6, of course, has deep and dark associations to the Antichrist. Now, when Missy Elliott came onto the stage to perform, there wasn't anything major that popped out at me except for maybe this scene right here, where the stage then becomes, again, type of the portal depiction, as well as the 0 and the 1 symbolism of the on and the off, where the number 10 to the occult has associations to their god, as well as showing duality. This halftime performance also had a lot of red and blue symbolism to it. Yes, I know that you can say that's because Pepsi sponsored it, but it also has to do with the Hegelian dialectic, which I discussed in one of my previous videos as well, where I talked about the red and the blue pillar. But also notice in this scene how this star is right in the middle, obviously indicating that the star represents Lucifer, the light bringer. And the outfit that Katy Perry is wearing for her finale is a dress covered in stars with a mirror-like reflection pointing to some possible Oculus symbolism. Again, more of that fractal matrix type of stuff. So there you go, guys. That's what I noticed in this year's halftime show performance by Katy Perry, Super Bowl 49. Let me know in the comments section down below what you noticed. I'm sure I missed quite a few things. I was trying to get this video up as fast as I possibly could. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. I'll link to some in the description down below. And God bless.